I have updated my name again. I am now Goals and Giggles rather than Clearly Psyched, just to make it the same as my Instagram account. I know, I do it all the time. It's who I am, I'm sorry. Just not a consistent person. This is the first of my Dissertation Diaries. Now, if you don't know what a dissertation is, it is basically an end of year project which is worth a lot of credit. I think the biggest thing in a uni journey, is the biggest piece of coursework and one of the most important. So for part one of my Dissertation Diaries, I'm just going to catch you up on where we are now. So even though I'm on a joint honours programme doing psychology and linguistics, I am doing a psychology dissertation so that I can get my BPS accreditation. Without it, I can't be a practicing psychologist. Psychology degrees work at the University of Edinburgh. For your dissertation, you are given a list of projects and supervisors. I looked at that list and they just weren't me. I want to go into therapeutic practice and a lot of them weren't aimed at that career. So what I did instead is I reached out to a lecturer to be my supervisor, a neurodevelopmental researcher. I'm so lucky that she said yes and she agreed to be my supervisor because she's in a different department entirely in the university. So I'm really pleased and I'm really happy with that, and I got to come up with my own idea, which is great. So here's what I'm doing. This is kind of like a poster of my research plan, although in saying that, a lot of it has changed. Now, it's probably going to be quite tricky for you to read this poster, so what I'll do is I'll just briefly show it now. Like I said, I have changed some details of that. So far, I've had to fill in a lot of ethics form and I have ethics approval because I am working with people for this. It's a qualitative project. I will be interviewing autistic people for my research and I needed ethics to approve that, obviously. I'm working with one of my friends, which is really exciting. So my study is co-produced, which essentially means that an autistic person is looking at each stage of my project to ensure that it's safe and respectful of the autistic community, which is exciting and great, and it's definitely the way people should research. And I'm really big on that, so I get to do that, which is exciting, and we're friends, so it's even more exciting. Now, my supervisor wants to get this published, so that's a really cool big thing, and I didn't think that I really had the potential to be a named published author in the psychology community, so it's exciting that that is something that could happen. But that means that we either have to get a huge amount of participants this year, or even once I've left university, my supervisor will carry it on next year. So what she's done to help me out is she's recruited people from a master's psychology program, which is really exciting, but also kind of cool, but also kind of horrible at the same time. Mixed emotions. I know that was like weird emotions, but that's how I'm feeling because it's my project and there's some other people coming on it, and it's really cool that my idea is like branching out so wide and becoming such a thing. And you know, other students are getting to jump on board, and it was like this thing that came from my brain is this like massive couple of years long project. So the next stage for me is recruiting participants, doing the interviews, etc. So that's kind of like the next thing. So I've done all the background work, I've laid the foundation, now I just get to implement the project. I know a lot of people that started writing up like the literature review for their dissertation. I've done nothing. I've done background reading because obviously I had to do that to get my ideas. Everything that you do up until your dissertation is almost like grooming you to be able to research for that and have all the tools that you need to be able to carry that out. So now it's like the main event, and it's really nerve-wracking, and I just hope that I can do quite well because my grades are very up and down. I've spoken about this in other videos. It's a project that I'm interested in, so I'm hoping that with that will come good work, good quality work. Working with the participants will be my favourite part because I am a people person. I like to meet people and chat to people and hear their experiences and listen and learn and yeah, all that good fun stuff. And then I'm sure the write-up will be something else, but we'll get to that. So right now I am fixing my interview questions at my desk. Interview questions have gone through quite a big process. It's a combination of questions that have been used for a previous study from the same department at the university, and it's kind of like adapted, but I've taken this a step further because, as I said before, my study is co-produced. My friend who is co-producing this study had some concerns about the wording of the questions and just a few other bits and bobs, so I'm doing what I can to rectify that. But I've also never done qualitative research of this type before, so I'm going to get my supervisor's input on what can and can't be changed, and there's going to be quite a lot of backwards and forwards between the supervisor and myself and the person co-producing the study, so it's not straightforward, but it's fine. Like, I'll get through it. I really want to start my interviews within the next couple of weeks, so even though it's a Sunday and I'm off, I'm just going to do this now so that it's done, so that when my supervisor comes back to work after Christmas break, which this is, she can just rattle through it as soon as possible so we can get it sorted. I also realised that I sent the master's students who are on the project some things that I had to like catch them up with, and I said, oh, I've done all of it except this one thing, realising that I forgot two of like the most important things that I was supposed to do, so I'm gonna have to like send a follow-up email like, sorry. It's a little embarrassing, especially after I was like, oh, it's all done. It's not done. Oops. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot that I got a really cool keyboard and mouse as a present from my mum, and that's just making my sad email more exciting to type. Look how freaking cute. I love that noise.
Take me kitchen, take me flowy, take me queer and take me twisting for right.
It's kind of making me hungry, like it looks like sweeties. So this has just been part one of my dissertation diaries. Essentially, this is just a really small catch-up before I start giving you the in the moment videos. I will film the highlights and probably the lowlights of this experience. If you are about to do a dissertation, this might be the video for you and this might be the series for you. I'll do it in parts. Who knows how many parts there will be, because I might have loads to update you with and I might not have an awful lot to update you with. I've never done a dissertation before. I don't really know what to expect, so I'm hoping that this will help you when it comes to your time.
Take me kitchen, take me floor.